as centered in your body. And even while the instructions are on, you just keep that centering. And we'll let the bells and bowls be playing while I'm talking, because I'm going to interrupt many times. So relaxing your body, put your attention on the cave of your heart. Feel that loving kindness within you. Feel that every cell, every tissue, every function, every fiber of your body is well. Feel your heart overflowing with loving kindness. And just steep yourself in the awareness that right where you are, the infinite, eternal life of God is in you. And just in the silence for a few minutes, let that be real to you. There's nothing to do right now. There's nowhere to go. Just give yourself this 15 minutes to be here now. You can put your attention on your breath. If that helps you stay centered, just notice, are you breathing in or are you breathing out? And make sure that you're observing with kindness and compassion. With kindness and compassion. Now, using the power of your imagination, imagine that it's 5 years from now that you have developed that compassionate heart. Imagine that it's 5 years from now. What makes you happy 5 years from now? What is your greatest joy? Let come to mind whatever might come to mind. What is your greatest joy 5 years from now? When you sit in the silence asking these questions of yourself, your higher self, the true self, the sacred self, is what answers. So again, ask the question, what brings me the greatest happiness? next question is, what are you contributing to life? What are you contributing to life 5 years from now? In order to make this contribution, what unworthiness must you release? In order for you to make this contribution to life, what unworthiness must you release? Next question is, in order to make this contribution, what strengths and talents must be strengthened and accepted? What strengths and talents must be strengthened and accepted? Just like in any other meditation, if your mind starts to wander, come back to the question. strengths or talents. Strengths or talents must be strengthened. Then the final question is, what must I do today to begin? What one thing could I do today to begin the journey to my future self? Let your heart be filled with gratitude for whatever came to you, and we're going to light the flames of faith. So if the ushers would please open the doors. We light these candles to include everyone in our service. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And as practitioner Patrick Freeman lights the last candle, let it represent the path that brought you here this morning. And that was a great time to stretch or continue in that contemplation or write down the ideas that came to you in the meditation while they're still fresh. And the band will start playing in just a couple of minutes. Service starts with sing-along at 10:13.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We're so glad you're with us this beautiful November Sunday morning. I'd like you to join us on our very first song, wonderful Karen Drucker's song called I'm So Grateful. Yes, and there are beautiful arm gestures that go along to support our lyrics, so we'd love you to stand, or you can do it while you're sitting. It's all right. Here we go. Here we are.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me. me. Gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
All right, I'd like to introduce our musicians this morning. We have David Page on drums, Bill Dixon on bass. I'm Diane King Van over here on keyboards. Our song leaders today are Wade and Kimberly Wooldridge. Sorry, I usually do that the other way. Our guest soloist this morning is moi, doing double duty today. We had a few illnesses this morning, so keep in your prayers Ed Cosby, he's going to be fine, and Melissa Suzanne. Just put them in wonderful healing light, and we know that they're going to be all better and back. So meanwhile, we'd like you to join us on our next song, Thank You for This Day. And this one, you do need to stand up and stretch those legs. And here we go.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health.
Now time to meet and greet your neighbor. Go say hello, good morning. Work your way on back. We got a few more verses to sing. And here we go. Thank you for my life.
Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit, thank you for my wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Good morning, everyone. Please welcome yourselves and have a seat. My name is Patty Mercado. I'm one of your assistant ministers here at our beautiful, glorious, and really wonderful center. So here we come together to know the divine, to practice being in the presence, to experience community, and to experience using the spiritual skills which we teach and know and learn and love here at our center. And one of those most beautiful and precious activities that we get to do is prayer. So I invite you to join with me right now as we join together in consciousness. And allowing that energy, that vibrancy, the exquisite that is God. It is permeated every particle, every activity, every thought, every word, every expression of this life. For it's God's life, it's the one life, and it's good, it's very good. And knowing that it is always operating out of its own perfection, out of its own self-givingness. I know that everything that is being revealed from that one source. And therefore it is absolutely divinely ordained. Everything is absolutely on purpose and with purpose to reveal greater and greater and greater good. That divinity that is God. And so I know that that is what is happening right here, right now, in and through and as each and every one of us. I know that we are the vessels for that good. We are the receptor and the giver of that energy of love. And so I know that as we come together this morning for this service, we do so with attention to our intention, which is to know God, to reveal God, to experience the divine, and to give thanks for it. And so I know that it is in celebration and joy that this service unfolds, that each heart is opened and each mind expanded in that greater awareness. And I absolutely give thanks. I give thanks for the power and the presence of God within. I give thanks for knowing that each one of us is already fulfilled and living it absolutely beautifully. So my heart is filled with joy as I release this word to the action and the activity of that perfect law that always says yes. And please join me in knowing this. And so it is. All right. So as Tony comes up to make our announcements with me, I'll let you know that this is for you to take home, and all of the little flyers that are inside of it. We won't tell you about everything that's going on, but I will start right at the top with Conscious Connection. And Conscious Connection is that beautiful opportunity for us to come together after the service to connect, to share about what expanded ideas we've had during the service. And today only, it will be in the multipurpose room. Same time, 12 o'clock, but in the multipurpose room, it will be facilitated by the beautiful Jeannie Hounshaw.
Our Wednesday Thanksgiving Eve service begins at 7 p.m. and we'll have wonderful sharing of our gratitudes with an open mic. And please bring your favorite dessert for after the service for us all to enjoy.
And on December 6th, this one is in your handouts, is our holiday boutique and brunch. And that is when we will immediately after the service go into our amazing holiday celebration of yummy food. That's the brunch part. The boutique, that's the shopping part. Woo! It's really fun. Be here, December 6th.
And today we have an awesome book signing in the sanctuary. Join Diane King Van for the launch of her first book. Woo! Woo! Mr. Pickle Bear. And she'll join her for the reading and the book signing of her book, and know that there'll be hot drinks and cookies will be served.
Not in your bulletin, not even an insert in your bulletin, but in the seat backs on your chairs, you will find our financial commitment card. If this is something that is calling to your heart, if you would like to fill that out. This is the time when we're accepting our pledges. Well, we do all the time, but preparing our budget for next year. And so that commitment card is in the back seat pockets, and you can turn it into the treasure box at the back of the sanctuary anytime.
Our beautiful flowers are from Carolyn Fennelly, and they're offered as a prayer for world peace. Our affirmation today is, I see each realm of my life as a temple, a place to discover that which is sacred. Knowing the sacred is always before me, I remain peaceful within myself, and with true love transform the world around me. And so it is. I see each realm of my life as a temple, a place to discover that which is sacred. Knowing the sacred is always before me, I remain peaceful within myself, and with true love transform myself and the world around me. And so it is.
And now, you're going to have to help me on this first song, and we're going to call up Mr. Josh Schreiber from his position down there in Sanford. He's going to help me out, and Wade didn't know this, but he's going to help me out too. This is what art is about, right? A lot of it's created spontaneously, improvisationally. Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand. Put a little love in your heart. We got Bruce Springsteen and Wade Holders. You see, it's getting late. Please don't hesitate. Put a little love in your heart. Here you go. And the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you. Come on, people. For you. And me. You just wait. And see. Another day goes by, and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know, we won't let hatred grow. Put a little love in your heart. And the world, your temple, will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you. And me. You just wait. And see. Everybody. Ooh, put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart.
Oh, yeah.
And the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you. And me. You just wait. And see.
Give it up for Diane and the band.
Come on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Love in your heart.
Put a little love in your heart.
Love in your heart.
Put a little love in your heart.
Two more times. Put a little love in your heart.
All right now.
Put a little love in your heart.
Thank you.
My backup boys. And please welcome improvisation, yes, our beloved Reverend Heather Dawn Clark.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Wade. That was really fun. It's so great that we have the talent here that even when there are a couple of people out, we still have so much talent and so much fun. So thank you. That was just beautiful. My message this morning. Let's see here. Check this out. So it's all working so far. Anyway, my message this morning is about expanding our circle. Here it is, expanding our circle. And in the book, he says an undivided heart. When you look up on the internet, an undivided heart, the first thing that comes up is scripture, scripture from Psalms. It says, give me an undivided heart, Lord, that I may fear thy name. I thought, I don't like that one. I don't really want, but when you think that name means nature, when name means nature, then what we know is that the nature of God, because the nature is the divine principle, that maybe we should at least know what we're doing when we're speaking our word, when we're thinking, when we're using our emotional intelligence, when we're feeling deeply about something. We should be aware that that something is going to create out of itself. It's going to breathe more like whatever it is that we're feeling. So I guess fear thy name is okay in that case. And the other one was, I liked it better, but it was, I don't even remember it, so let's just go on to the next thing. An undivided heart. Expanding our awareness, an undivided heart. We intuitively already know what that means. So, an undivided heart means that there is that you sum it up. It means that our love flows continuously, eternally, to all beings, everything, continuously, and you cannot do that unless you start first with yourself. You must love and accept yourself so that rise up. Okay. So whether we like it or not, we're always interconnected. It's the good news and the even better news. We're always interconnected, that there isn't a place where your energy, that's the end of your energy. That's the end of your thought. That's the end of your subconscious mind. We're connected. There's only one life. That life is God's life. We're connected in that life. We're divinely connected. We're one with each other. So, you know, when Mother Teresa was working with those lepers, and she taught all of the people, all the nuns that came to work with her, to work just as she did, to see the Christ, the face of Jesus, in each and every person that she served, to bring love and kindness to absolutely everyone, no exception. And then she would say to them, as they're ready to go back to their families, make sure you continue to see the Christ in your family, in your home. So practice it everywhere. And sometimes that's where we forget to practice. Those closest to us. Sometimes we put on that mantle of judgment, and we think that people should behave in a certain way. That isn't true. And it's impossible. But what is possible is for each one of us to be more loving with every person in our life, and to be more loving, especially in our families. So great advice, Mother Teresa. And Chief Seattle said, we are all connected. We did not leave the web of life. We're merely a strand in it. Whatever we do with a strand, we do for ourselves. It's so important to remember that we are a unity, oneness, and to use the same care and love with our environment as well as ourselves. In the book of Half the Heart, there were a couple of really, for me, they were very, very moving stories. I'm going to tell them to you in my words, but by all means get the book and read them for yourselves. The stories are really moving. This was a story about the Burundi refugee camps. forced to become communists and to give up all religious relics. So they couldn't have meetings, couldn't have anything that said that they had a religion or spirituality. And so this wonderful monk, took 8 years to build a temple right there on the border of this refugee camp was. And the monks wondered, would anyone come? Because they'd been threatened for their lives to have show any kind of spirituality and religion. 20,000 people came the day it was open. 20,000 people came. And they chanted in 3 languages over and over again. Hatred never ceases by hatred, but my love alone is here. This is an ancient and eternal love. Hatred never ceases by hatred, but my love alone is here. This is an ancient and eternal love. Good. Feel that in your heart. Hatred never ceases. So Buddhism is older than Christianity, and this has been chanted by every Buddhist hundreds of years, thousands of years, and many Buddhists, Dalai Lama, lost their homeland. And yet, when the Dalai Lama talks about the Chinese, he really pours him out. He says, my enemies, my friends, the Chinese. He can bring love and kindness to every person, every entity, to the government itself. So, what I know is that we are capable of such a deep compassion. Yes, the Dalai Lama has had years of practice, because of their beliefs and centuries of practice. This person is being argued from the former Lama and from the former Lama. I would like to tell you this story of Mahatma. He was so if you happen to know if I'm mispronouncing his name, please tell me. But he was Mahatma Gandhi's right-hand man, and they expected him to be the successor when Mahatma Gandhi, of course, he was killed. And it was a couple of years later, and there had been no one appointed as leader. But this man, Mahatma, had been doing the work, continuing the work of listening to the people, and he said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to walk for 6 months to India, from village to village. And just like Gandhi did, I'm going to listen to what their desires are, what their fears are, what their hopes are. He was doing active listening. And the very first village he came to, there was a great turnout of people. And the poorest of the poor said, well, we're so hungry, we're starving, we have nothing to eat. And he said, well, why don't you grow your own food? And they said, we can't own land. We don't own any land. We're, of course, untouchables, and they did for centuries to have any land. And he said, well, let's see if we can change that. I'm going to write a letter to President Nehru tomorrow and see what he can do. And the villagers all went home, and he went to his hut to sleep. And he was bothered all night long. He said he knew exactly what would happen. That would get stuck in the bureaucracy of the paperwork, and it would take months or years before anything would ever be done. So he went back to the villagers and he said, it would take too long. Is there any possible way that land be given? And a rich man spoke up and he said, how much land do they need? And I think in that village, the first needed 20 acres of land. And the rich man said, I can give 20 acres of land. And the noble said, no, You must go back to your wife and your children who would be heirs to this land and ask them if it's okay with them for you to give this land. And he came back and he said, yes, our family is quite happy with this. This is okay that we contribute. He went from village to village to village, and that's 6 months. I don't know how many miles he was, but he was given by a rich man in every village 2,200 acres of land in that 6 months. And in 14 years, 2 million acres of land. The government was never involved. There was never any red tape. There was never any bureaucracy. It was simply the giving of a compassionate heart in each and every village. It took one person to listen, and to listen to maybe there's a new idea. Maybe there's another way to look at this, another way to think about it. And that's what we're called to do all the time in every situation. Another way to look at it. How else can we see this? How else is this possible for all to be bad, or in this case? I just thought that was an amazing story. He's called the Walking Saint because he's walked so many times in such a vast country. Okay. So, just open up. So this is one of the, I think Jack Kornfield wrote this book in the 80s, maybe early 90s. And this is what he said. The world's current problems are fundamentally a spiritual crisis created by the limited vision of human beings. It is so good to remember this. This is a spiritual crisis. And we know that spiritually everything can change with a new idea. Absolutely everything can change with a new idea. I know some of you read my blog. I blogged about our problem with no parking. And because we have a problem with not having any parking during the week. And yet, here's the thing, what I really get, if we focus on our problems, what's going to keep growing? Our problems. That's the nature of the law. We need to focus on our solutions. We need to focus on, well, what's possible? What's a new idea? What new thing could happen here? Jack Kornfield talks about once you practice the loving kindness meditation, he says, then take each of the 5 precepts, which are like their ethics. The precepts are values, and meditate on one at a time, each one at a time. The first one is about not killing. It's the reverence for all life. The second one is the interconnectedness, the care with material things. The third one is speaking from the heart. The fourth one is conscious sexuality. And the fifth one is refraining from intoxicants. Not easy to live this life, but a value. You know, our whole next year, what we're doing next year, the whole thing for the whole year is looking at the values, what we value and what we believe. So it's a marriage of our beliefs and values, and every single month it's a new value, a new belief that we'll be looking at in depth. And I think there are 120 of the 430 centers that are doing the same thing. It's very exciting that so many of us are doing that. And that was thanks to the Cultural Integrity Committee that some of you heard at the ministers' gathering. Dr. Ken Gordon was part of that committee, and Edward Villieu, one of my favorites, is on that committee. Anyway, it's going to be a great year. It reminds me of, so a teacher said to her class, she said, Who thinks they're stupid, stand up. Anyone who thinks they're stupid, stand up. And the kids just sat there and looked at her. And then she said again, anyone who thinks they're stupid, stand up. So Johnny stood up and she said, Johnny, do you really think you're stupid? He said, well, not really, teacher, but I didn't like you standing alone. It's the compassionate heart, right? The compassionate heart. One of my favorite Rumi poems is the poem Come, Come. Come, come. O wanderer, wanderer, lover of leaving, come. Yet you have broken your vow 1,000 times, yet come. Why I love this is each one of us, spiritual beings, we're on this wonderful adventure. Are we going to make mistakes along the way? Probably. But when we do, the thing to do is to come back. Come to the principle. Come to the awareness that there is only one life, and it's the life of God. It's love. It's wisdom. It's abundance. And it is everywhere present. It is everywhere present. I had a very interesting week. I had a week of being aware of my failings, of my shortcomings, of my oopses, and inadequacies. And that's not a bad thing, because it's just the mirror coming up saying, okay, I'm looking in. What does this mean I'm believing? What does this mean that is true for me? So, as many of you know, my younger sister is an alcoholic who's sometimes sober and sometimes not. And so, from the time I was 12, when she was born, I've taken responsibility for her happiness. And that's just a load of crap. It's not the truth. It's not the truth. It's not true of me, and it's not true of her. She's a grown-up woman. She can make her own choices, and she does. But boy, has that been a lifelong learning for me. Because I remember holding this little baby in my 12-year-old arms and promising, no matter what, I'm going to do my best so that you will have a happy life, so that you will not suffer. But you know what? You can't take away anyone else's suffering. It's for them to do. It's for them to do. But everyone could take away their own. Everyone can make a choice right now, today. I'm going to have a new idea. I'm going to open my heart, first of all, to myself, to be a compassionate liver. Yes, that too. I didn't know a liver was in your heart. What I was attempting to say was listener, to be a compassionate listener, to listen to that voice within, to especially listen to the divine intuition that always knows, always guides. We must open our heart to listen, and then to be the compassionate listener to those around us. Not thinking we can fix or solve anything for them, but just like Mr. Vinova, we can listen so carefully that solutions come. They didn't come from him, but they came because he was willing to have the conversation, because he was willing to ask the questions. What can we do? So as we're expanding our circle, think about your own life and your circle, this center, and expanding our circle. There are going to be all kinds of people that will come that are not like anyone else. In fact, none of them will be like anyone else, because no one is like anyone else. But there'll be some that you will wonder, if they're in the right place. And the answer is absolutely yes. Each one is. Absolutely yes. I'm wondering if you're in the right place. And only your heart can answer that. And my hope, and I use that word seldom, but it is my hope, is that you would care about this community enough to say, yes, this is my place. This is my place. I am loved here and I love it here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. So, I wanted to say a little bit about Thanksgiving Eve. I'm going to do a process this Thanksgiving Eve that's similar to something we did. It's pledgers. And it's going to be beautiful. It is about you being generous enough to bring your homemade desserts. I hope you realize that. They're not coming out of thin air. They're coming with you. And we're so grateful. It's also about Rick and Karen and Debbie Wheeler are going to provide music. It's going to be great, great music. But it's also a time for you to really open up, as Tony said in the announcements, to speak your gratitude. This week of Thanksgiving, what a wonderful opportunity to share with people that love you what you're grateful for. What you're grateful for. And then I want to talk about next Sunday just briefly, because it says we have a guest speaker. Where is she going? I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here. That's my prayer partner. Those of you who've done Wise Women know her as Lisa DeSnow, but now she's Lisa Stewart. And she is absolutely fantastic. We have a sister organization, the Affiliated Youth Thought Network, Anton, and she's the president of that. So she's a great leader, a wonderful speaker, and she's going to be working with the Board of Trustees the following weekend, but she couldn't stay over for Sunday because she has her annual meeting on Sunday. So we'll welcome her this coming Sunday, next Sunday, the 29th. I really hope she gets to meet you all. So, because we're expanding our circle. We're expanding our circle. Bring lots of friends with you to Thanksgiving Eve. What a wonderful place for you to have, be surrounded by people who love you and who you love. Come yourself and give thanks. Even if you don't have a dessert, trust me, there'll be plenty. So come anyway. There's another thing I want to close with, which is also from the poet Rumi. He says this: "This we have now is not imagination. It is not grief or joy, not a judging state, or an elation or sadness. Those come and go. This is the presence that doesn't. What else could human beings want? When grapes turn to wine, they're wanting this. When the night sky pours by, it's really a crowd of beggars, but they all want of this. This that we are now created the body, cell by cell, like bees building a honeycomb. The human body in the universe grew from this, not this from the universe and the human body. This we have now is not imagination. It is not grief or joy. This is the presence. And so it is. So Diane's going to set the consciousness for the prayer, and then I will lead us in prayer. Be still and know that you are. Be still and know that you are.
still and know that you are God. Be still and know. Believe and know that you are God. Believe and know that you are. Believe and know. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know that we are. Be still and know that we are God. Be still. Believe and know that you are. Believe and know that you are God.
And so in that holy moment of now, I awaken to the presence of God within me. No matter what name I call it, it is that thing that isn't a feeling. It's greater than all feelings. It contains all. It is the knowingness, the eternal love, the loving kindness of life itself, of the divine presence. And what I know and realize that it is everywhere present in its entirety, that it is right here, in and through and as each one of us. And so I speak this word in the first person for each one. Take whatever it is that feels good and leave the rest. This is what I know. I know that I am the wholeness of the undivided heart. I know that my love for life is unmistakable. It's real and true, and that it fills all creation. I know that my life is a tribute to this one, and that the creative process moves through me as health, as healing, as well-being, as understanding, as knowledge, as joy. I know that this expanded circle includes more of myself, the hidden dark parts, as well as the visible light ones. And I accept and welcome them all, for I am that I am, moving always toward a greater experience of that I amness that I am, a greater experience of the goodness of my being, a greater experience of the prosperity that is my nature, a greater experience of God's gifts, of God's light, of God's grace. So I'm very, very grateful that this is so, and with my heart filled with gratitude for the presence and power of God within, and for the way God works. I simply release this word. I place it in that law of mind that always says, yes, my beloved, it is complete. And please join me in saying, and so it is. And now back to Diane King Van.
There is holiness in the melting snow, and a sacredness in the river's flow,
blessedness in the mountains tall, and we are all a part of it all. God is in the wind as it blows, and in the scent of the lovely rose, in the rays of the shining sun, and we are all and all is one. For God is everywhere and has always been there since time began. I am, and in our daily living there is no end to the sacredness we find in every friend. God's blessings flow in the cloud-filled sky, and in each tree as it reaches high, in every grain of sand, every raindrop small. Yes, we are part of it all. Look for love in each other's eyes, and hear God's voice in a baby's cry. Know your touch will help someone, for we are all and all is one. For God is everywhere and has always been there since time began. I am, the power is within you, it's yours to share. Just look inside your heart. It is there. God is there. Everywhere. Thank you.
Very beautiful song, Diane. Thank you. If the stewards would come forward now, it's time for us to share our gifts, our tithes, our offerings. So please repeat after me. With a grateful heart, I give. I give easily. I give lovingly. I know that my gift is blessed. It is a blessing as I am. And so it is.
Mr. Bill Dixon, yeah. Great, thank you. And now please welcome in those kidlets.